बहुत स्वागत है जी। मैं हाँ तुहाडा होस्ट पॉल चीमा। पॉल चीमा जी मैं एक मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर भी हाँ अकाल मॉर्गेज इंक दे नाल जिसका लाइसेंस नंबर 10845 है। मैं एक रियल एस्टेट ब्रोकर भी हाँ रीमैक्स प्राइम प्रॉपर्टीज दे नाल। अज थर्सडे है जी ते एक दिन रह गया तुहाडे लोकां दी पोस्टां देखण नूं जदों तुसीं लिखना TGIF थैंक गॉड इट्स फ्राइडे। बड़ी खुशी की गल है जी तुहाडे वास्ते फ्राइडे का दिन बड़ी जल्दी आ रहा। उस तो बाद तुसीं वीकेंड का आनंद मानोगे अपना तो इदा ही खुशियां चहकते रहोगे। प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत जिवें असीं हमेशा करते हाँ कि जिन्हां सज्जनां दे अज जन्मदिन है भैणां भरावां दोस्तां मित्रां छोटियां वड्डियां दे उन्हां नूं ते जिन्हां दे अज दिनां उत्ते सालगिरह पैंदी आ जिन्हां दी सालगिरह अज आ उन्हां नूं ते जिन्हां दे परिवारां दे विच वाधरा होया बच्चे पैदा होए आ परिवार खुशियां मना रहे आ। परमात्मा करे तुसीं सारे जाने बहुत बहुत खुश रहो। तुहानूं लख लख मुबारकबाद होवे इन्हां सारियां खुशियां दी। रब तुहाडे वास्ते हर रोज़ खुशियां भरिया त्योहार लैके आए। जे तुसीं चहकोगे तो तुहाडा गुआंढ चहकेगा, जे तुहाडा गुआंढ चहकेगा तो तुहाडा मुहल्ला चहकेगा, मुहल्ले तो अगे चलीए तो शहर, शहर तो अगे चलीए तो तुहाडा स्टेट, स्टेट तो अगे चलीए तो देश, देश तो अगे चलीए तो सारा संसार, सारे संसार तो अगे चलीए तो सारा ब्रह्मंड। इस तरह तुहाडियां खुशियां परमात्मा वधांदा रहे तो असीं सारे उन्हां दा आनंद माणदे रहीए। अज साडे नाल हमेशा जुड़दे ने अमृत सुरा जी एबट्सफोर्ड BC तो। हाले तक तो उन्हां दी हाज़री नहीं हुई जी, जे आउणगे तो मैं तुहाडे नाल उन्हां दे रूबरू गल करा देंगा। फिलहाल असी गल्लां कुछ करते रहांगे रूटीन दे जिवें असीं मार्केट की गल करते हैं। साडी वो गल हमेशा वांग चलती रहेगी। तुसीं साडे नाल जुड़े रहो। साडा प्रोग्राम 11:30 बजे तक ये लाइव चलना। 11:30 बजे असीं अपने प्रोग्राम का जिहड़ा की आ अंत करांगे जी ते अगले दिन वास्ते तुहाडे नाल जुड़न दी तुहाडे नाल ताकीद करांगे। मार्केट जिहड़ी है हाउसिंग दी तुहानूं सारिआं नूं पता ही है, कोई इन्नी खुशखबरी वाली गल ते दिख नहीं रही, पर जिन्हां ने मकान वेचने उन्हां ने वेचने आ। अज दे दिन मकान किद्दां विकना उहदी गल आपां फिर दुबारा करांगे। हमेशा की तरह हमेशा ही करते हैं, अज फिर करांगे। तुसीं अपना प्रोग्राम का साथ ना छड्डिओ। जे तुसीं प्रोग्राम इस वक्त यूट्यूब ते देख रहे हो तो कृपा करके चैनल नूं लाइक करो, सबसक्राइब करो, दोस्तां मित्रां दे विच इहनूं साझा करो। तुहाडी बहुत बहुत मेहरबानी होवेगी। अज दी कोट असीं लैके आए हैं एक बड़े ही जवान शख्सियत तो। मैं हैरान हाँ कि ये लोग किद्दां कित्थे तक पहुँच जाते हैं, किद्दां ये हाईलाइट हो जाते हैं। तुसीं शायद नहीं सुनिया होना अमेंडा गॉरमैन का नाम। अमेंडा SC गॉरमैन बहुत ही यंग 24 साल की उम्र, 7 मार्च 1998 नूं पैदा होए। ये बच्ची अमेरिकन पोएट आ, अमेरिकन एक्टिविस्ट आ। इन्हां दा जिहड़ा काम आ वो सारा ऑपरेशन ते फैमिनिज्म ते रेस ते मार्जिनलाइजेशन दे उत्ते ते जिहड़ा अफ्रीकन डायस्पोरा उहदे ते फोकस्ड आ। गवर्नमेंट जिहड़ा है ये पहली पर्सन है टू बी नेम्ड एज नैशनल यूथ पोएट लॉरिएट। नैशनल यूथ पोएट लॉरिएट दे मतलब इन्हों पदवी प्राप्त की गई इन्होंने दिती है। तो यदी उम्र जी मैं तुहानूं दस्सिया बहुत ही ज़्यादा छोटी है। 24 साल की उम्र तो कुछ भी नहीं होंदी। उन्होंने 24 साल की उम्र दे विच एक बुक पब्लिश की है, पोइट्री बुक, जिसका नाम है द वन फॉर होम फूड इज़ नॉट इनफ। इन 2015 च लिखी सी जी ये द वन फॉर होम फूड इज़ नॉट इनफ। इन्होंने अपनी पोएम जिहड़ी है डिलीवर की जी द हिल वी क्लाइंब एट द इनागोरेशन ऑफ US प्रेजिडेंट जो बाइडन दे उत्ते। क्या बात है जी। ये पोएम इन्होंने अपनी जिहड़ी इन्हें बुक पब्लिश की है पोएट्री बुक, उहदे विच इन्होंने एक पोएम जिहदा नाम सी द हिल वी क्लाइंब एट द इनागोरेशन ऑफ US प्रेजिडेंट जो बाइडन दे उत्ते कीती है जी। इन्हां जिहड़ी इनागोरेशन पोएम सी ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਪੋਇਮ ਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਐਕਲੇਮ ਮਿਲਿਆ। ਐਂਡ ਸ਼ਾਰਟਲੀ ਦੇਅਰ ਆਫਟਰ 2 of her books achieved bestseller status and she obtained a professional management contract। February 2021 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ Gorman was highlighted in Time magazine's 100 next list under the category of phenoms with a profile written by Lin-Manuel Miranda। That same month, Gorman became the first poet to perform at the Super Bowl when she delivered her poem, Chorus of the Captains, at Super Bowl। What is LV? I don't know, but this is some Roman numeral। ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੂਰਾ। ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਲ ਹੱਸਦੇ ਮੁਸਕਰਾਉਂਦੀ ਦਿਖ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸੁਪਰ ਬੋਲ ਸੀਗੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ 2020 ਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਪਰਹੈਪਸ, ਬਟ ਐਨੀਵੇਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਿ LV ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਰੋਮਨ ਨਿਊਮਰਲਸ ਨੇ ਜੀ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰੋਮਨ ਨਿਊਮਰਲ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਿਆ, ਸਕੂਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਯਾਦ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਹੁਣ ਯਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਕੋਡ ਦਿੱਤੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੋਡ ਆ ਗਈ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਕਿ देयर इज always light if only we are brave enough to see it। there is always light if only we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it। ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਉਮਰ 24 years age, such a brilliant mindset, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ। 24 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣ ਨੂੰ ਨੱਕ ਵੀ ਪੂੰਝਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਤੇ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਲਿਖਣ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਪੋਇਟਰੀ ਲਿਖਣ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਦੂਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ। ਇੱਕ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੰਵੇਦਨਾ, ਇੱਕ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਫ਼ਰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਐਕਟਿਵਿਜ਼ਮ 'ਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਯੰਗ ਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈਰ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ। ਪਰ ਦੇਖੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਜਾਣਦੇ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਕੀਦ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਮੈਂਡਾ ਗੌਰਮਨ AMANDAGORMAN ਸਕਰੀਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫਾਈਲ ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਮਾਰਿਓ, ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਇਨਸਪੀਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲੇ, ਹੋਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ 2 ਬੁੱਕਸ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਸੁਪਰ ਹਿੱਟ ਗਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਜੀ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਡੀਓ ਬੁੱਕ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਜੀ, ਚੇਂਜ ਸਿੰਗਸ A Children's Anthem and The Hill We Climbed and Other Poems। ਬੁੱਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਆਰਟੀਕਲਸ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਖੇ ਹੈ, How Poetry Gave Me a Voice, Touching a Diverse Audience, A Conversation with Author Sharon G. Flake, Meet Laya De Leon Hayes, Voice of Doc McStuffins, Poetry, Purpose and Path, an interview with Los Angeles Poet Laureate Luis Rodriguez। Native people are taking center stage finally। I'm not here to answer your Black History Month questions। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਬੁੱਕਸ, ਕੁਝ ਆਰਟੀਕਲਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਸੌਰੀ ਆਡੀਓ ਬੁੱਕ ਸੀਗੇ। ਬੁੱਕਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਨੇ The One for Whom Food is Not Enough, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ Candy Cane, ਫਿਰ ਲਿਖਿਆ The Hill We Climb poem, The Hill We Climb an inaugural poem, Change Sings, ਇਹ ਵੀ ਬੁੱਕ ਆ, ਆਦੀ ਆਡੀਓ ਬੁੱਕ ਵੀ ਬਣੀ ਹੈ, Call Us What We Carry, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਈਕਿੰਗ ਬੁੱਕ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ। ਇਹ ਸੀਗੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਸੋਚ, ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਇਨਸਪੀਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਸਕੋ। ਇੱਦਾਂ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹੋ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ, RBC ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕਸ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹਤਿਆਤ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਨਾਲ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋਵਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੂਰਾ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ। ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹੋ। Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you looking for reliable immigration services? If yes, contact Sukhi Paul at 647-296-4575 or office phone number 905-790-8877. They are located at 219-220 at 7956 Torban Road. It's right at the intersection of Torban Road and Steeles Avenue West. Contact them for all kind of visa services. Finding an honest and diligent insurance and investment advisor is a rarity these days. If you are looking for great advice, contact Mr. Bhupendra Mane, who is the regional director of Cosmos Financial Center. They are located at Unit number 830 Top Flight Drive, Mississauga. The phone number to call is 647-448-6229. Give them a call today. Is your business suffering from performance? If yes, it is the right time to call Ravinder Duggi at 416-807-7986. She will find out the weak points and the points where the performance issues are paramount and help you fix those issues. Give her a call today. Do not be late. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial real estate? If yes, call me today at 647-333-2273 or 647-328-3279. I provide services in real estate and mortgages. I am mortgage broker with Akal Mortgages Inc., where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without burning your pockets? If yes, please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway prices. Contact them at 905-361-0773. Monisha Discount Warehouse. D.P. Jain is a well-known name in the fields of accounting. You can contact him today at his cell number 416-305-0080 or his office number 905-790-9327. Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. D.P. Jain Professional Corporation. PC24 RETV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulchima.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273. PC24 RETV ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਰ ਪੌਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਰ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੋਰਗੇਜ ਇੰਕ ਨਾਲ, ਲਾਇਸੈਂਸ ਨੰਬਰ 10845 ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਰੀਅਲ ਸਟੇਟ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਰ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਰੀਮੈਕਸ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਬੜੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਰੇਜ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਏਰੀਆਜ਼ ਕਵਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਡਾਟਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਡਾਟਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਧਰੇ ਵੀ ਮਤਲਬ 23-24 ਬੋਰਡ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਵਰ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡਾਟਾ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹੈ ਮਕਾਨਾਂ ਦਾ। ਉਹਦਾ ਰੀਅਲਟਰ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਲਿਸਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, ਸੈਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ 647-333-2273। ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਰੀਅਲ ਸਟੇਟ ਬੋਰਡ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਮਿਸਿਸਾਗਾ ਰੀਅਲ ਸਟੇਟ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੀ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ, ਬੇਫਿਕਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ। ਕਾਲ ਨਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ 647-333-2273 ਤੇ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਰੀਚ ਆਊਟ ਟੂ ਮੀ। ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੂਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ? ਓਕੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸੂਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਹਾਂ ਬੜੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ, ਬੜੀ ਬੇਤਾਬੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਲੈਟਸ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਅਮਰਤਪਾਲ ਸੂਰਾ ਔਨ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਵਿਦ ਅਸ।
Welcome to you guys. Hi.
Can you hear me loud and clear now?
Loud and clear, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thanks for your message. Luckily, I was looking at my phone, so I saw that. So, Mr. Sura, how are the things going on? It's early morning in Abbotsford, BC. It's maybe 7:15, something like that.
No, 7:46.
7:46.
7:40. Yeah. The
Okay.
day the day is onward and upward. So yeah, lots of activity, lots of things going on. What I'm seeing is there's quite a bit of interest for people who've got master franchises or they've got restaurants that they want to start up as businesses. So that kind of activity is moving ahead in rapid force. In fact, because we're seeing a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
relocating from other parts of Canada. So they want to come here, make sure they're get a good foothold, and
Mm-hmm.
then sometimes we get into a situation where people, when they immigrate, they're actually overqualified for the jobs that are out there. So they look on into starting a small restaurant business uh,
Okay.
to to get themselves rolling and started into
And that is a
you know
great business. I'm sorry I'm cutting you off. Restaurant business, phenomenal business.
well, you got everybody eats, right? If
This is the
somebody,
problem.
yeah,
The
if
tongue.
some, even if somebody is doing routine fasting,
Yeah.
at some stage they're gonna enjoy or devour a great meal.
Mm.
Um, so I think on that kind of thing, we do hear news from the economists, people who are predicting what's going to happen in the upcoming future.
Yes.
However, in reality, what we're seeing on a day-to-day basis is continuity in activity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's a slight change in the type of activity, but realistically, real estate transactions are happening on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
So yeah, so opportune time, right, for people who are in a position to uh, provide shelter, whether it's a rental accommodation or
Yes.
whether it's a home for their family. They're excited to move forward.
Absolutely. And this is so true. Those who have to buy, they are buying. Those who
Hmm.
have to sell, they are selling. The
Right.
market will keep going on. It's not going to stop. It's only some people will keep speculating and do nothing. Some people will do everything and don't speculate.
Hmm. Well, you just
This is,
wait for the economy to shift again, right? At the end of the day, it's always a timing thing.
yes.
Um, so what I've seen in the past is where someone set up an operation in a whether it's a coffee shop or a hair salon, they'll set
Mhm.
it up, okay, get it functioning. 2 or 3 years later, they're going to be exiting that strategy. They've made
Absolutely.
money, and then they go on to the next project. So, I mean, there's always out of the box thinking solutions, even if you feel you're overqualified um, in a job role. Okay, you don't want to be bored. You're going to exercise the skills that you have on analytics and all that kind of stuff, and then
Hmm.
take the opportunity to leverage a little bit of debt and take a risk. I mean, with some of the people that I've done transactions with, um, they take on a lease, right?
Yeah.
They'll set up a business which is in high demand. Hair
Yes.
cutting is, I mean, for me, no hair cutting, no needed. But uh, I've often seen, when you drive past a barber, you'll see that the same people are going to be there within 10 days to 14 days on a regular occurrence. So, you know, another successful blueprint, and then they'll exit and start another sort of venture, um, giving more opportunity to locally situated Canadians or people who are newcomers, and some of the banks, like I know especially RBC has a newcomer package, which also helps them sort of have their business skills put to work within the community. So community integration, regardless of economic downturns, you'll see the big finance houses will try and integrate the community in some way or another, making sure that there's continuity for things to move ahead. So it is still okay. Everyone's on the fence. Anyone who's on the fence is going to be challenged soon enough. Are the prices low enough to pull the trigger? So we're seeing continuous communication for residential real estate transactions as well as pre-sale activity, and it's an opportune time. It's an opportune time if you
That's very
have.
right, and I totally agree with what you're saying. This is where we are. And people, like I will keep saying that those who have to buy will not think. Those who think will not buy. This is such a simple theory, but I will keep the focus on you for now. I have some technical glitch, and I will let you continue the talk.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So again, what we're also seeing is, within the municipal halls, they're getting focused and helping along people who have assembled land parcels in order to be able to prepare for new home construction
Yeah,
as well. So whether it's a townhouse site or whether it's condominium building or fourplexes or sixplexes, those kind of things, highest and best use.
yep,
Often, the term highest and best use does allow us to understand that there is a strategy to provide affordable housing. When we
you're
look
right.
at affordable housing strategy, well, what does that mean? Well, we have to build more on less of a footprint and still make it, still have the people who are buying to have the pride of ownership, or the investors that are buying are going to provide, equal opportunity rental units for the surrounding communities as well. So those kind of things haven't stopped. Yes, things kind of bottleneck within the municipal halls because, again, even the people at the municipal halls, they're like yourself and me, and we're human, and things take time to process, right?
That's perfectly right.
The step-by-step approach doesn't only apply to us individually or the buyer or the seller individually. It goes outside because those people have, even though they're highly skilled and at a great level or position in directing communities, there's only 8 hours in the day that they do physically get present in order to look at these things. And some of these rezoning proposals or the request for city direction
Hmm.
uh, have been within those municipal halls for anywhere between 12 and 24 months. So it's a long process, right? There's one project really, literally 5 minutes away from my house. When I
Wow.
came, yeah, when I came back from living in the Middle East,
Mm-hmm.
um, there were basically, I believe, 11 single family house, less than 11 single family houses because there was an empty lot. And
Okay.
then, you see the signs going up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and currently now, this is 7 years later, the holes are being dug for the foundations in order to have the parkade situated in an appropriate place. So out of 11 single family houses, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to get a minimum of 42 dwellings, which is going to provide homes for people living in the community, whether they
Wow,
buy
that
it
is
or whether
fantastic.
it really is. I mean, people when people have an opinion of, okay, there's too much development going on. Well, the demand for being here is such that it'll continue happening. And because Canada is so big, if you like the great outdoors, you know, yourself and myself or whoever may might move on to smaller, old, old, old type of communities where
Mm-hmm.
there's only 5,000 or 10,000 people living in that area. You
Absolutely.
have the ability to move out of town, right, and
Yes,
still
that's so
be
true.
in a thriving nation.
Well, thank you
So,
very much for holding the fort for me. Somehow my camera got shifted from my main video camera to my webcam. I was
oh,
on a Zoom call yesterday through this webcam and I forgot to switch it. Changed everything, take some time, but thank you very much for holding. Good job. So now I can
thank
rest
you.
easy and say, hey, Amrit, I'm
Hmm.
not available today to run my show. Can you handle it, please? Just set you up and boom, you go there.
Away we go. Yeah.
That's a very big achievement, and I'm so happy that you could do that. Thank you very much. Well, I want to say here that market may be of any kind, houses will still sell. Recession, no recession. People will still buy, people will still sell. Okay, you will say, oh, they are panic sales, whatever it is. People are going to sell. All right. So you keep hold of your property very dear to you because they are going to give you money. If you need any funds or anything to sustain through this hard time, you can always reach out to me at 647-333-2273. So one thing I'm going to talk about, and I will have Amrit's input in this as well, is when the things go tough, it's the tough that gets going. So same here, when the market, the housing market to be in particular, now when the housing market becomes tough, it is the professional people who sail you through these hard times. I just tweaked it, and that is my header on my Facebook profile as well, because we are talking market. So market is tough. How do you sell now? How do you get the right price now? Well, one of the thing we do for our people is do home staging. Why home staging? You may argue with me. Because home staging changes the look of the house. It changes, it makes your house look picture perfect. If not 100%, maybe on a scale of 100%, let's say 90 to 95%. It does magic effect. I'm going to show you this screen that I have. Just bear with me. And this house we just staged. Amrit, we came from there last night. I don't know if I can run your audio at this point or not. I will have to check because so you can also interact with me at this point. I am really not sure where the audio will be for you. looks like here. Mic testing 1 2 3. So can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I can hear you now too. Okay, so you
Okay,
are in the
great.
main line. So now, so this is the house that is coming on market day after. That is no, not day after. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is 8th.
Tomorrow morning.
So we are
Yes.
bringing it on market tomorrow. Amrit, we were at the property from 1:30 or 1:45 p.m. yesterday, and guess what time we came out of it?
Midnight.
We left the property at 1:30 this
Oh,
morning.
wow. My God.
We are working on such a tight timeline. We set a date and we only had 7 days to bring this property on market. And in those 7 days, what I did was I got the property, the whole carpet professionally cleaned at my own expenses. I got the
That is
entire house deep cleaned through a cleaner at my own expenses. I got the lawns maintained at my expenses. The property is not even on the market yet, but already I have spent close to $2,000 on this house.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, I with my partner, she does staging for me. She doesn't do by herself, but she does when I ask her. I buy some stuff for the staging. She came with me at 1:30. We reached the property at 1:30 night. 12 hours we were there, and we couldn't leave because today is the photo shoot.
Wow.
So tomorrow the photo shoot will be available. The listing will be live somewhere around 12 o'clock midday tomorrow. But what I'm saying, to sell a property in this market, it is really important to find a person or a professional realtor who is highly invested in selling the house. So this is our commitment to you, that we will sell regardless of the market, as long as you understand the dynamics of the market, how it applies to you, your unique situation, how you can adapt. So this place, I'm sorry I couldn't take the pictures before. I totally forgot, because once we reached the property, Amrit, we started working on it right away. And we had so much work, and the sellers were really amazed that he said, "Oh, I didn't know staging is that kind of tough job." It is moving another house into your current house.
No, exactly. I mean,
And very difficult when you are living in there.
yeah.
So you're looking at this living room here, the great room. We just changed the orientation of the couches, and it changed
Right.
the whole look of the house. So where you see smaller couch was the bigger couch, where you see the bigger couch was the smaller couch. We just flipped them around and removed the bigger center table and put this smaller table there, added some artwork. This is totally different look of the whole house.
It changes it dynamically because at the end of the day, it makes it more warm, right?
It does. And just look at
Inviting.
it, how clean it looks now. All windows are clean, baseboards are clean, appliances are cleaned, countertops are clean, staircases, railing, everything was cleaned. It took the cleaning lady more than 4 hours to clean the entire house. And
It's money
this is
well
where
spent.
special skills of people come. So
Yeah.
this area that you're looking at was extremely cluttered. Well, thanks to the sellers too, they did their part. It was very hard for them to do that. And if you see the accent wall behind TV, Amrit,
Yeah.
that wall is so monotonous. We needed to add some color to it. And
So you
this is
got it
how
painted.
we added colors to the wall.
Hmm.
We're putting a little buffet table behind and adding some white stuff and putting a mirror that has a white frame, totally breaking the monotony of the wall. This looks so amazing. There may be a picture somewhere on the front. Look at this. So that breaks the monotony of the entire grayish wall just by adding some color.
Yeah. it'll give the potential buyers the opportunity to see themselves there, right? I think
Yes,
what you did with the couch was especially a good thing because you know everybody thinks about comfort, but then they don't think about inviting somebody else, right? So
yes,
yes, the big couch would have been there because they were facing the TV, but in
yeah.
reality, how you've got it, where it makes it more of a sit down, appealing kind of thing, and it looks, it's a lived in home, but it looks like it's a show home, right?
It does.
So
It just looks like a show home because that was the whole intent. The whole intent was to show it as a house that is, picture perfect house. We
yeah,
try to create that effect by doing it. So if you look at this picture and then we move forward, these are not official photos. The official photographer is going in today. I just
oh
took
wow,
as a point of showing what's there. And look at this. So this is how the view looks like from this angle.
hmm,
And because it was very late night, that's why you see the lights on past
yeah,
midnight, and you can still see some clutter around. Let me remove us from this image so I can better show what we did here. I'm temporarily going to off the screen. So you see, this is how the kitchen looked now, which
hmm,
kitchen was still not clear. That's why I'm only showing a partial of this side. It will be done today. It will be clean today. You see those rugs and carpets in the kitchen right now? We took them out later. This master primary bedroom we call now. Amrit,
hmm,
my goodness. Huge tables, side tables. We removed them.
right,
We put smaller tables there. We created space there. And we got them remove extra, what do you call, armoire or something which
yeah,
has so many drawers there, right?
yeah,
We got them removed. We clean all these pillows. We actually went to Walmart there. We bought some pillows and set it up like this.
yes,
$100 right on the spot.
yeah,
And I was laughing with my stager. I said, "What did we buy? Just two tables and pillows. That's all, and it's $100. It's very expensive to do staging.
yeah,
And the funny thing is, sellers don't pay for it. I run my own cost. There were two beds in this room. We removed one. The
hmm,
seller wanted to put it as a bunk bed, but we suggested no, we can't have bunk bed here. We just keep it like this. And we removed the other bed from here. They're cooperating very much. It's painful, but they're cooperating because without a team between sellers and the agents, there can be no result. So
hmm,
they agree on that. They are doing it, and we changed this. We put those new what you call shower curtains yesterday, last night. They are still working on something, replacing old bulbs, this and that, adding colors. So this is how we left it at the end of the day.
is this a townhouse?
It's a townhouse. It's a
Beautiful.
townhouse, and I will show you its picture. So I will just take it off the screen right now because I have so much junk on my cell phone. I wouldn't like to show that. So this is the house that you're going to look at right now.
Oh wow. Okay, I like the exterior.
That's all stone exterior,
Yeah.
and this is close up, and this is the neighborhood.
Did you take that drone yourself?
Yes,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
you can see those people working here. The one in
Yeah.
red shirt is my client. Those two are the guys. They are doing the lawns.
The gardeners. Okay.
They're doing the lawn. I took this shot, and again another view. This is the neighborhood.
What kind of strata fees do they pay?
You mean property taxes?
No. Okay, so these are row homes, or
These are row
they're not
homes.
row
This is a
homes? Okay.
whole new, brand new community here. And there are
Yeah.
row houses too. There are common elements, condominium, where you pay some monthly maintenance fee to take care of your garbage, street lighting, little parquet. But this house is completely, would say,
Freehold.
freehold, no fee on it.
Okay.
So this is a neighborhood, how it looks like. I guess this is probably a maybe video footage. No, not a video footage. This is a roof. We did a survey of the roof using drone.
Fantastic. Yeah.
All clean,
Yeah.
shingles perfectly fine. No, turning off the corners. It's all fantastic roof.
New
Basically,
development.
it's a move-in condition house, and someone just has to take possession. That's all
Yeah.
about it.
Pay the seller and move in.
Pay the seller and move in. Two brand new schools are coming in the area. This is
Uh-huh.
one. This is a community center, school, and all those things. So I took all these shots myself.
Wow.
I like this view when I took this sign from a little height, and looks came as phenomenal sign.
Yes.
So anyway, so what I want to say, this is the drone landing. The
Okay.
market will never suffer. The one who will suffer are those who won't take an action today. So it is very important that you act today, so you can have a roof over your head. And you can say, well, you know what? I bought my house during challenging times. And then feel proud about you, about your family, about your own home. Because once this downturn changes direction, you are a winner. Ask anyone, don't trust me, talk to anyone. We are so much focusing on negative news today, dropping, 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 dropping. But tomorrow, things will not be the same. I showed graph of properties, real estate market, which was over, let's say, I think since June 2021, perhaps. No, it was earlier than that. Historical was, I think, 1999 something. Give me 1 second while you watch this video. I will show you the screen. So look at this screen. This is the data from 1996 to now. The sales keep moving, and then this was the data I wanted to show. Average price. Sorry, I had the wrong graph. 1996 till January 2022. Do you see prices going down? Okay, there are some ups and downs with every market, but it's not like any general housing market. So everything happens like that. The things go up and down in any market. You cannot just say, oh, it's going down, then I don't want it. Well, people buy when the housing market goes down. People sell when the housing market goes up. This is how it is. And Amrit, I see some TikTok videos where they're scaring people. Market has crashed 20%, 30%, 35%, and they don't have the full data. There's so much confusing people, I can't even tell you. Do you have similar thing going on in Abbotsford too?
Well, again, depends on if the audience. Here's the thing, and sometimes the strategy for that kind of audience is to get messages out as quick as possible, and create a call to action. So when you implement some kind of fear strategy into people, you might get somebody making a quick message to you and saying, okay, well, keep in contact with me, let me know what else happens in the market. So then
Yes.
you get them on a drip system, right? So again, there's a psychological effect that takes place. And I think more so people need to feel comfortable. Like the graph you just showed, the trajectory is always on an up and downs. Certainly, things will continue to move forward. Right at the end of the day, you've got all the data is in the numbers, right? So even if somebody's on the fence, you could talk to the buyer or talk to the seller. Look, your price point when you bought was here. Look at how far up it's gone. Yes, if you wait, you might list it a lot higher next year or the year later. But in reality, you've been able to satisfy your life's requirements now until now, and you're able to move to a small townhome community. And with buyers, for buyers, you're thinking, okay, well, they just want to get their foot in the door. When the
Yes.
prices were going skyrocket high, the mentality was, okay, I want to overpay. I want to overpay. So now they're taking their sweet time in order to make a decision and move forward because of whether it's the media or whether it's TikTok videos that is guiding them. I think at the end of the day, if you have a good enough relationship with the client base, they're going to take the direction you give them at the end of the day. So
Absolutely.
we're coming into some great potential opportunities that will allow people, to think 5 years later, think, okay, what a great decision I made for my family.
Absolutely. That's what I keep saying people. You have to decide. You have to take and do an action. Because without action, nothing is going to work. You keep getting scared and close your eyes. It's not going to help you at all. People who are talking the market will crash and you buy 6 months later, 7 months later, they are only focusing on one aspect of the property, housing market, which is prices. They are not considering the debt service ratios. Many are not even aware of debt service ratios, unfortunately. So they will never talk about it. They will not talk about the economy, which way economy is moving. The Bank of Canada is going to increase the overnight lending rate or policy rate by 75 basis points. There are very, very strong indicators to this. And the recent report from RBC says we are headed into recession. Will Bank of Canada stop doing what it's doing now, like forcefully increasing interest rates? They will not, because right now their focus is not to please you. Their focus is to bring the inflation down, and they are doing anything possible that they can do to bring it down. I do have an email from RBC here which says, you can, let me share the screen with you. This clearly says, proof point, Canada's economy is headed for recession. It talks about inflation, labor shortages, and rising interest rates will drag on Canadian growth, pushing the economy into a moderate contraction in 2023. This is when the GDP goes to 1.4, which will be the lowest, and then the next will maybe zero after that. The jobless rate will rise next year, but to less severe levels than in previous downturn. Though higher interest rates will restrict growth, they are necessary to tame inflation and cool an overheating economy. I want you to focus on this particular clause, the bullet point. The higher interest rates will restrict growth. They are necessary to tame inflation. How do they tame inflation? By reducing the demand for the things, so the price can come down and the banks can start reducing their rates again. This is needed right now. Household spending that accelerated out of pandemic lockdowns will slow as higher prices, interest rates, and unemployment hits household. The bottom line, The recession will be moderate and short-lived. In 2020, it was 2 months long recession. I think many even didn't notice that by historical standards and can be reversed once inflation settles enough for central banks to lower rates. That's what RBC prediction is. So we need that slap. No, we need that tightening. We need that kick on our asses so we can stop buying and reduce the demand. But many are still going to go ahead with it, and they will they will take higher interest rates just for the sake of taking a possession of property at today's rate, and when it escalates in prices, they are the winners. By the way, I won't call other losers too. It doesn't mean anything. It's only that you lost an opportunity. That's all about it. No losers, no winners in life, only learners. We all learn. If we gain, we still learn. If we lose, we still learn. We are all learners. Maybe you have to go to WhatsApp University, and now there is a TikTok University too, to teach you how to buy, how to sell, how to blame realtors, and how to blame sellers, and how to blame everyone in the world because something didn't work right for you.
Well, I think it's handling the expectations, right? Whether it's yourself as a service provider or myself handling the expectations one of the clients has in an appropriate way. And thankfully, we're both in an industry which helps alleviate a problem that a certain individual has. The problems might be financial, they might be emotional, and we take that and put it into a package like you have. You stage the home, you put it to market, you bring it the opportunities it requires in order for that particular client to move forward. So nobody knows when the best time is. We just know that as service providers to do service, we are here and present. And whether it's a realtor, whether it's a mortgage specialist, whether it's a insurance specialist, we're all there to provide service in the ups and downturns. And yes, there might be a little bit of a lull in the market. Leasing is still going on. Opportunity for people who are newcomers. The people who buy big real estate, whether it's shopping malls or whether it's strip malls, they're preparing for the influx of the next generation of Canadians up and coming.
Yeah.
You mentioned quite clearly, food service industry will never stop because
Yes.
Everybody gets hungry, right? So other opportunities are being created, even in the seemingly negative downturn of the economy. So pulling the brakes on, like you said, yes, there's going to be a slap in everyone's face for a little while, but at the end of the day, there's people who are taking and making the bold moves and decisions that they will reap the benefits later on. There's still going to be more opportunity.
Absolutely. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. And your feedback is of very important significance. That these comments are worth noticing and writing down. I guess if someone watches the video at any point in time, they must make note of what is being said in this program. This program is no religious program, no political program. It's only real estate and mortgage information and what's going on in the housing market. That's all we talk. The housing market will crash. Okay, so what's the big deal about it? We will have many realtors stop operating. People who are maybe doing different jobs and they also have this job, will see many licenses being parked. But that's okay, that's normal. They have to see their bottom lines and then decide whether they want to continue real estate or not. Sometimes those are tough decisions, but people do decide. So there will be people like me, like Amrit Sura, who will never quit. They will still be in the market whether we make a penny or not, because this is our bread and butter. We'll keep finding that market is always great. We will keep finding that people are there who will still buy. We keep finding that people are there who will still sell without second thought. The market is never going to stop. I never heard that market suddenly stopped, that zero sales, zero purchases, even in the worst seasons, like when the temperature dropped to minus 40 degrees, people were still buying,
Oh, wow.
right? People were
So there
still
was a
seeing
requirement.
houses. There was maybe one or
Exactly.
two showing in the whole week or maybe 2 weeks, but that showing was that would result into an offer, because the one who is going out to see a house during that time was really a
Need,
motivated buyer, and the seller who
they
put the
needed a house.
property up for sale at that time was really a highly motivated seller. What
Yeah.
what do we need to do a transaction? A motivated buyer and a motivated seller, and
Correct.
collaborative realtors, of course. That is very important. Not those who fight like those cockfight. People who are polite to each other, people who respect each other, people who understand the limitations of other realtors. Not the people who say, "Hey, what price your clients will take? Can you give me a number?" And the other realtor says, "No, no, no, I cannot disclose that." Or someone will say, "Yeah, bring me 1.2 and I will get it accepted." It all depends on who you are working with, because confidentiality, and there is a strong word in our profession. What's that? Oh my God. Paul, knock, 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 knock. We have fiduciary duty to protect your best interest. Fiduciary duty, very tough word, but has a huge meaning to it. You list your house with us, we are going to guard your secrets till death. It never expires. Fiduciary duty never expires, and it applies to the whole brokerage agent. Just imagine that. One listing agreement with one person, the whole brokerage is bound to keep that confidentiality. Wow. The law is great.
Exactly. I mean, we have to uphold to a certain level, right? So at the end of the day, we're here for service,
We are here for
regardless of
service.
the result. We have to provide the service required to the clients,
Yep.
um, and
And
it's
you
all
will
possible.
always get that service. Just trust a real profession. There are so many
Yeah.
people in the market who will say one thing and do second thing, but there are people who will say what they do. And recently, Mr. Sura, I started creating a document, and my document would say that you cannot cancel the listing agreement if I do not perform, if I perform all these duties underlined. I will do your staging, I will market it. If you have any problem, you call me, you tell me in writing that I didn't do my committed job. If I don't fix it, you can fire me. But if you just try to kick me out because someone else told you different story or gave you different incentive of staging, my working hours, and I create a spreadsheet where it shows what money I actually spent, that is tangible cost, and what my time cost was on your property. So I spent 30 minutes, I spent half an hour, I spent 2 hours, like last night I spent 12 hours, and I bill myself at $250 per hour. So that itself is a lot of cost I spent yesterday on the listing. That is my time value. So $250 an hour, and I spend 12 hours on the property. That means I'm close to what? Uh, can you do the math?
20, yeah, you got $3,000,
So
right?
I spent $3,000 worth of time tomorrow yesterday at the property. Well, this is how we do things. But am I asking you to pay my time? No, I'm not. But I'm just telling you, which people often neglect and forget. They think agent do nothing. I prove it that I do all the things. And I share my sheet with you, and you can access that sheet every Friday and see what happened. You can see it as often as you want, because I keep changing data, I keep adding data, but my best data is available on Friday evenings. before midnight. You can have all the data. You can tell me, Paul, oh wow, you did a great job. If I call any agent, you will see the feedback there. If I left a message, the agent didn't call, you will see a message here. If I showed the property, if I spoke with people, just like a lawyer, he bills you 5 minutes for telephone call and bills you 15 minutes. We are not less than that. We are very professional people. And we do what serves you better. We don't do what serves us better. We do what serves you better. And you better understand professionalism from unprofessionalism. That's a simple call. Is someone working for you or is someone working for themselves? Amrit, it is not a rocket science to find that, is it?
No, I think it's very important that you have a log sheet like yourself. You've basically the principals in high school or secondary school or primary school. You came up with a timetable, right?
Yes.
So why would any professional service not have a timetable and put their hours they've performed? It's
Yes.
very, very important. I think you're highlighting a great point, which not a lot of people are able to convey to their seller or even buyers. I mean,
Yeah.
when I open up my laptop in front of my buyer or seller, they'll be able to see volumes of all the files we create, and whether or not we wrote an offer on a property, there's a folder for that particular property too.
Yeah.
So the hours don't stop. Like you
Yeah.
said, you were working till past midnight yesterday. Likewise, I think the duties never really end. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you log the timesheet,
Yeah.
because it becomes substantial. And they, if the client also sees that you're physically you're doing something
Yeah.
all the time in order to assist them on their journey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. And I don't mind sharing that. This is my report, and if you want to look at it, this is how it looks like. You will see this is my report on this Kitchener property. We visited the place, discussed about the potential of working together on sale of property, time devoted this much, minutes spent 60, listing service approved uh, by by signing by the family, paperwork to be sent in. So that was what I told them. This is my intangible cost. It's not being billed, but just intangible. Then it also further, let me reduce the views somewhere. I think there is a way to reduce the view to 90%. Then on July 2nd, document sent in for review, information tax room measurement requested. This is here. Then they send them a CMA. The copy of CMA is attached here, so they can read the CMA again. It is all here. And then time spent on this, send in the recommended price range, blah blah blah. Then visited place, got backyard clean, paid $70, got measurement of the property is 45 minutes, took aerial shots 30 minutes, listing signed off by all parties, office shall upload the listing, sign post order $62. So everything has been specified, staging completed, 1,005. I just the cost I'm going to pay the stager, not the other things that we put in there. I just gave them 2 hours off here, and I spend 1 hour shopping for their material that I purchased from Walmart for $100. So everything goes in here. So now, if the sellers don't see that I have invested that much cost, I actually haven't seen anyone who will say, well, I disagree with that. They want it, they can do themselves. I don't mind. But this is how we have already put in this much money here, which is just what do you call tangible cost, and this is my intangible cost. So together I already invested close to $8,000 in the property. So
Mm-hmm.
you can ask me for every detail, and this file has been shared with the sellers. They can read it anytime, and they can question me why I wrote that. It's all clear. Then I have a separate tab for the staging. So once it starts showing, staging agent feedback will show up here.
Mm-hmm.
They can go read it. It will be good or bad. It will always be there. I don't have to sweeten the feedback. If they say this house sucks, I will say he said this house sucks. The price is too high. The price is too high. Everything comes in here once I call those showing agents. So anyways, we are 7 minutes past our program. How did you like my idea, Amrit? Have you think you're going to apply this?
100%. I mean, at the end of the day, um, it becomes black and white, right? People respond clearly to numbers and figures. So that is immensely thorough, and I think people can gain a lot of value when they're sitting with you in order to take that listing, undertake it, and market it well, because everything's logged. That's a log sheet. You're like a pilot. You know,
Yep.
when you go into a small plane, you'll see the logbook. I mean, you've basically continued on with a timetable and a diary log, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing hidden.
There's nothing
So I
hidden.
will lean on that. Exactly. We cannot hide anything from our clients.
Yeah. This becomes so easy, and people will understand that he just didn't put a sign out there. They actually meant business, and they did real business.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So
thank you
there'll
very
be.
much, Amrit. I would like
Thank
you to
you.
come as often as you want, if you can. Please do
Hmm.
show up. It's a fun. It's a really pleasure doing this broadcast with you. It is very engaging. So
Hmm.
otherwise,
Yeah,
I
we
am
have
just
to.
one guy talking monotonously, and the people may even fall asleep. So today I decided I wouldn't wear my regular shirt. I just want to do my show in tea. But then I
Yeah.
felt myself to be so naked. I don't know why. Then I just put the coat on.
Oh no, that's a good style. I mean, I think I, I've always I've always worn a tie and a shirt because I'm used to the uniform. You know, back in
Me
England,
too.
you
I'm
you
exactly like you. But today I
yeah.
decided I will just put my tea and do the program. So when I sat in front of camera, I felt very odd. I say it looks like I'm not wearing anything today, so I just put this jacket on me. But
I
anyways,
think it
before
looks
I end the
great.
program, I would like to sympathize with all those families who lost their beloved one on this day. We'll pray to God for peace of mind to the departed soul, and also we support you. We are standing just beside you in this moment of sorrow. This is life. There are no U-turns. It's one-way traffic from childhood to the deathbed. Very minor U-turns, maybe some clerical errors on the part of God or God's clerks, if there are any. We have to die one day, tomorrow, today, yesterday, right now. We don't know that. But I would just say, pray for the departed soul. Remember the good things they did in their life. Carry on the legacy and be a torchbearer of what they did to you, and you keep doing to others. The good stuff only. With that, we end this broadcast today. Thank you very much from me, my partner, Amrit Sura. You can reach out to
Thank
him
you,
at
guys.
778-999-1531, Abbotsford, BC, and he will help you find the right property at the right price in any market. Thank you very much. Please, Amrit, you want to say something?
Well, thank you. The opportunity is always appreciated. Yes, like Mr. Chima says, we're here to serve, and there's plenty of things coming up, especially being summer. I think we'll enjoy more and more sort of community integration because people are out and about. So we thank you guys for being patient and committed to seeing us on the daily chats and the weekly chats. So we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, guys. Once again, we'll see you tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Monday to Sunday, 7 days. Maybe I will take Sunday off from now. Enjoy yourself. We'll see you